Happy birthday to you. Hey Cancers, happy birthday. Welcome to your July 2018 relationship reading with Divine Love Tarot. I want to welcome you to my channel, whether it's your first time or your return viewer subscriber. Welcome, thank you, and I hope the message resonates. And if you find that it doesn't, then I encourage you to check out your moon sign, your rising, and sometimes even your Venus, because those planets may be more prominent in your chart. So, with all that being said, let's get into it, Cancers. It's your time. It's your season. What can I say about Cancer season? I love it. I feel I'm on two sides of the fence. In one moment, I feel like Cancer season is great. I love the weather. You know, I'm having like really good days, but then also I just feel this energy of like, to sum it up, I have on my Instagram, if any of you follow me, I don't have a large following on Instagram yet, but I have on my Instagram a meme. It's a crab walking around with a knife. And it's like, yeah, you know, Cancer season's not bothering me. I've made peace with all my mood swings. I'm good. And then it's like, also me. And the crab is like, yeah, I am crazy. But you want to know what else? I don't give a fuck. And that's really how I feel. I felt like this. I think as soon as the minute of Cancer season began, I just was in this, you know what? I just don't want to do that. And I don't care. I'm just not in the mood and I don't care. I don't want to talk to you and I don't care. I don't like that. And I just, I don't care. Okay. Am I being crazy? Could be. I don't care. And I'm like, wow, is this what it's like to be a Cancer? You guys, let me know what it's like to be a Cancer. I want to know in the comments. All right, that's enough of the jokes. I hope you guys are enjoying your birthdays. For my July Leos, I hope that you guys enjoy your birthdays at the end of the month, but of course I'll give you your special shout outs in August. So let's go ahead and get into the reading, okay? If you enjoy this reading and when you would like a personal reading, all my information is in the description bar below, or you can contact me at divinelovetarot@gmail.com. All right, the first card is going to represent your current energy, Cancer. Oh, and we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse, okay? So with this Knight of Cups in the reverse, if this is your energy, then you're not feeling very romantic, okay? You're not feeling very loving. You may not be in a relationship at this time. If you're single, there's nothing, you know, going on, nothing on the horizon. Now, if this represents a person, it could be another fire sign, but it's someone who is not very true with their emotions, okay? This person will say they will romance you, and they're emotional manipulators, basically. They will manipulate your emotions to let you believe that they want to be in a relationship with you, but they really don't. So if you're dealing with someone who fits that bill, or you're thinking something is too good to be true, Cancer, then it might be. You might be dealing with someone who is not being very honest with you emotionally. But if this is just the energy of your relationship, like I said, there's not a lot of romance going on. Things could be kind of dry between you and your partner. Let's go ahead and clarify that. And we get the Fool in the reverse. So with the Fool in the reverse, it means for me that someone's need to be independent. Someone has an independent streak, and it's happening at the jeopardy of either the relationship, whether it's you or your partner, or it's you, right, being so independent that that's maybe why you're still single. Okay, Cancer? So for my single Cancers, it's like that need to be free and that need to go off and just do whatever you want whenever you want is what's kind of keeping you single. Now also with the Fool in the reverse, it's about being reckless. It's about being kind of naive. It's about making decisions hastily. It's about not really thinking things through. So this could be your energy, Cancer. It could be the energy of someone that you are in a relationship with. For some of you guys, you may be in a relationship with an Aquarius. So if you are in a relationship with Aquarius, guys, let me know, okay? What's challenging this current energy right now is the Sun card. The Sun card is about being honest, okay? Being honest, finding the truth, staying positive, all right? Getting your self-confidence up if you're the one who's not feeling very romantic, or if you're not feeling loved at the moment, or if you're feeling low, you've got to either, if you think that someone's cheating, or if you think that someone's being dishonest, your challenge is to find the truth of the situation, okay? If it's a situation where your energy is off and you're not feeling very loved right now or lovable, or you've just got this, independent streak, or you feel like you're being reckless, maybe you're rushing into something with someone and you're not sure about them, you need to find the truth of the matter, okay? The sun is here to shine a light on everything. It's going to shine a light on someone who's being dishonest. It's going to shine a light on you if your energy is not matching what you need out of a relationship, okay? So let the sun shine that light, Cancer, okay? Let the sun come in, whether it's you opening your eyes to the situation you're in, or it's you recognizing where you have some behavioral habits that need to be worked on, okay? Let's go ahead and clarify that energy. We got the Seven of Swords, so definitely the challenge here is that someone isn't being honest, okay? And it's your challenge to see that, Cancer. Okay, we cannot make this shit up. We cannot make this up. It's like, that's why I love to clarify. I had gone through a moment where I was just reading the 10 cards straight up and I wasn't clarifying, and I was just like, you know what? Sometimes, because these cards, all cards have different meanings, okay? And because I do reversals, that even multiplies it. So either I'm going to sit here and I'm going to just like kind of spew off all the things that I remember about any particular card. But once you clarify it, then it shows you exactly what that meaning is. So with this Sun card, the meaning is for you to find the truth. Okay, you need to find the truth of this matter. Is someone being sneaky, Cancer? Are you being sneaky? Okay? Do you need to be sneaky and kind of do some research and find out what's going on? All right? You'll know the answer to those questions. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what past energy, what you're coming out of. You're coming out of the Five of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So that is that energy where it's like, okay, no longer suffering, things are not as bad, there's light at the end of the tunnel, okay? It's feeling more secure after a period of feeling very insecure and feeling unloved and abandoned. Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify that. Oh, we got the Tower. So something happened suddenly. Whether you suddenly met someone who, took you out of that feeling of sorrow, or, you just had an epiphany and you realized there was no need for you to be feeling so negative because, things were just not that bad. But something happened suddenly and it changed everything for you, okay? And it led you to feel more secure, more attached, more loved in a situation. Now, if that suddenly has anything to do with this Knight of Cups, then I can understand here where we may need to look deeper into the situation, because that Knight of Cups might have talked, a really good game. And you know what? At the end of the day, if it helped you to feel more secure and loved, that's great. But now is the time, now that you're out of that Five of Pentacles feeling, okay, now that you're no longer feeling insecure, let's not be blind, let's not be naive to what the situation really is, or who this person really is, okay? Moving on to the future energy, Cancer. We've got the Chariot in reverse. This is your card in the reverse. The Chariot's not going anywhere in the reverse, okay? With the Chariot in reverse, though, this is a tendency to push too hard for something. This is a tendency to push ahead where you should take a pause, okay? The Chariot in reverse is about a lack of control. The Chariot is either not moving or it's out of control when the Chariot is in reverse. Okay, Cancer? So that means that it's like it's you and you don't have a handle on whatever the situation is. Or you may feel like at that time, you may feel like you don't have a handle on that situation. It may be you trying to press forward for something that you should really take a minute and just slow down and see what's really going on. Okay, we clarify that and we get the Nine of Swords in reverse. So it's like, yes, waking up from a nightmare, okay, no longer stressing or trying not to stress or have anxiety over something. So it seems like you, whatever this situation is, you determine that it's not that bad or it's not as bad as it seems, okay? And that's why you may be wanting to push forward in something because for whatever reason, whatever overthinking, it's like you refuse to go back to this time. Whatever came before the Five of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the Five of Pentacles that came before, right? And so before that, because the Five of Pentacles in reverse here, it means that before that it was in the upright, which means that there was a time where you felt insecure and abandoned and unloved, okay? You no longer feel that way. You don't want to ever go back to feeling that way, whether it was you in your head overthinking, whatever the case may be. So with this Nine of Swords in reverse here, this is you trying to find a light at the tunnel again, right? This is you trying to find a light at the tunnel, you thinking things are not that bad, and let's just press forward, despite the fact that there's some type of dishonesty here that needs to be cleared up. What's the level of the dishonesty? I'm not sure. But for you, and whoever's watching this video, the levels will be different for every person. But at the end of the day, you determine that it's not that serious and you kind of want to push forward. But because the Chariot is in reverse, it seems like the situation isn't something that you should push forward with. Okay, guys, so please, please, please take into consideration anything that's going on. And, it's not so much about ending anything. It's just about having clarity of your situation and knowing what you're really in, okay, versus just being in something because you want to feel secure or you want some type of security. Okay, moving on now, let's go ahead and see what it is that you want. And we get the Eight of Pentacles. So you want to work things out. You want to work on the situation, or you want someone who's willing to work on the situation with you. Okay, the Eight of Pentacles is about working things out. Now, also, for some of you, the Eight of Pentacles can indicate that you just want to focus on work. Okay, it's like, you know what, I'm just going to focus on work. I don't even have time for what's going on here. I've got bigger fish to fry. I've got other things that I need to worry about. Okay, we go ahead and clarify that. And we've got the Four of Wands. So this is interesting because the Four of Wands in reverse is a lack of commitment. Okay, it's not being together. So Cancer, some of you want to not be in the situation anymore. Okay, and you want to focus on work and you want to focus on making your money. You want to focus on doing something else because you don't want this union. All right, whoever it is that you're with, and maybe this is you being independent or you having an independent streak. Maybe your independent streak is what's causing someone to be the Knight of Cups with you because maybe they're not getting enough love and attention from you and they're faking the funk. So it may not be like an illicit, dirty cheating, but it's still dishonesty because they're not telling you how much your need for independence or how much you just going off and doing things all willy-nilly is really affecting them. Okay, so while, yeah, it may not be that bad, it's still dishonesty, right? It's still someone not being truthful about how they feel about things. What's going on? What's driving you internally right now? We've got the Two of Pentacles. So this is about, for some of you, balancing your work life and your emotional life, okay? And it's really what you're trying to do. But it seems like work is kind of winning right now because it's almost like you don't want to deal with what's going on in your emotional life. You'd rather just throw yourself into work, okay? For some of you, this represents two options. So some of you are juggling maybe two people or juggling the idea of two people. Maybe it's, do I want to be in this relationship or do I not want to be in this relationship? Okay, so let's go ahead and clarify that. And we get the Magician in reverse. So I feel like that someone is, okay, it's It's either one of two things. Either you know that someone is being manipulative, all right, and that somebody is not being honest, somebody's kind of acting and just showing you what they think you want to see. But then for others of you, this is you trying to figure out how to manipulate a situation. All right? Instead of going at things head on, you just want to manipulate things in a way that's going to benefit and suit you. You're deliberating. You're trying to decide, what am I going to do? Am I going to do this? Or am I just going to, if this person's acting with me, I can be an actor as well. And we'll all just be acting. Okay, Cancer, it's like, who's fooling who here? Okay, what's going on? All right, let's go ahead and get to the advice card for this reading. And we get the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, okay? And the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse is about someone who may not necessarily be happy being single, but it also represents a lack of commitment, right? And so as advice, I feel like this Nine of Pentacles in reverse is kind of just saying there's no need to commit to a situation that if you don't need to, okay? Yeah, you may be lonely, or yeah, you may not like to be single, right? But just because you don't like to be single doesn't mean that you have to push and run off, right? And force yourself into a situation or force yourself to stick with a situation. That isn't necessarily the best for you. That isn't necessarily what you actually really want. Okay, Cancer? Now, moving on to the external factor, okay, things outside of your influence. External factor, we've got the Four of Wands. So even though you want the Four of Wands in reverse, for some of you, and it's interesting because I know a situation like this in real life, but it's like there's already either a marriage here, there's already maybe you guys are engaged, maybe there's already a wedding, maybe there's someone else, or you meet someone, or you met someone at a wedding, okay, but that's something external to you that has to do with weddings and celebrations and anniversaries. Let me go ahead and just clarify that. And we get the Hermit. So this is interesting. So for some of you Cancers, you may be in a relationship with a Virgo. You may be engaged to a Virgo. You may be married to a Virgo. Or you may be about to marry a Virgo. Maybe you're going to meet a Virgo at a party, or an anniversary or a wedding celebration, something like that, okay? So if you're single, guys, you may meet someone in that type of a situation. If you are already married or already in a situation, this person is either wanting their space, okay, or they've already taken their space. They're already taken some time. So that may be what's going on with this Knight of Cups and the Fool in reverse. It may be somebody taking some space, whether it's mentally and you guys are still together and you didn't realize that this person was kind of mentally distancing themselves from you. So it's like the commitment is still there. There's a commitment there, but there's a lack of cohesiveness. The Hermit is a very spiritual card, but when it comes to terms of relationship, it's about needing space and needing a break and needing time apart. So I feel like this other person is kind of almost maybe mentally detached. So yes, like I said, you guys may have a commitment, an actual commitment, but within that, they are not there. Now, for others, some may see you as being the one that needs a break from this situation, okay? Or maybe even the person that you're in a relationship or committed to realizes that you either want or need a break, because in what you want, this Four of Wands came up in reverse. Okay, so yeah, you may be in a marriage or in a commitment, but you may not necessarily want to be anymore, or you're considering it because of whatever is going on with this dishonesty, okay? what you want, hopes and fears, I should say, hopes and fears, we got the Knight of Pentacles. You want devotion. You want someone who's going to be devoted. You want somebody who's going to be dependable, steadfast. You want somebody who's going to be there for you. Okay, guys? Um, and the moon here. So you want real emotions, okay? I know when people see the moon, I feel like they think, oh God, craziness. But the moon is not necessarily craziness. And for some of you, this may indicate that you want a Pisces. But for some, I just feel like the moon is about connecting to your emotional nature. Yes, sometimes it may go overboard. But for the most part, I think it's just you want somebody that is not only devoted to you, but also in touch emotionally. Emotionally, you guys are on the same page. Okay, let's move to the outcome of the reading. And we get the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So Cancer, there's some of you who definitely do not want to be in this commitment anymore. There's some of you who either don't want the commitment. There's some of you who do not want to commit to this situation if you're single or if you've been dating for a long time, but you haven't necessarily put a ring on it or they haven't put a ring on it. If you're married, okay, some of my Cancers are ready to be unmarried, okay? But if it's not about ending the relationship, it's just about the fact that the security of your situation is compromised, okay? Things are not as secure as you thought they were. They're not as stable as you thought they were. It may be a situation where, you know, because there's money cards here, pentacles here, I feel like maybe it's a situation where you're just in it for the finances at this point, but maybe the love isn't there. Let me go ahead and clarify that. And we got the Three of Cups. So it could be other people, third party situation. That's why the Seven of Swords, the challenge is to find out. Okay, with the Sun and the Seven of Swords, your challenge is to find out what's going on, Cancer. And maybe you do find out what's going on. All right, and when you do find out what's going on, you're just like, look, I'm not going to deal with this anymore. And so this Chariot in reverse is because you've stopped things, okay? You've stopped, there's no more forward progress because you refuse to continue to be stressed out and worried and fearful in your relationship. Okay, for those of you that are not breaking up, there's still some third party situations going on. There's still something that you need to figure out, that you need to address. You can't just go to work and you know, turn a blind eye to it anymore. Okay, because if you are in a situation, I mean, you know, it's to each his own. If you're in a situation and it's about, you know, the stability and it's about the fact that financially you guys are good together and you're happy with that, Cancer, then by all means. But because I see some of these cards here, you're not necessarily happy with it. I think you're just dealing with it. And, you know, if that's the game plan, then that's the game plan. But you're here at the Tarot channel, at Divine Love Tarot, because you want to know something. And so if, you know, you've got some answers here, you've got some, at least you've got some starting points to ask some really direct questions, okay? Because when you got the Three of Cups here, you got the Seven of Swords, you got the Knight of Cups in the reverse, the Hermit here in the external factor. So you have some things to really, you know, nail down about this situation if it is an ongoing relationship. If you're not in a relationship, don't jump into something just because you want to be in a relationship. All right, because it seems like whoever is coming in, unless it's a Cancer, I'm sorry, unless it's a Virgo, all right? But, you know, at the end of it, the commitment just still isn't there. So if you're just trying to have a good time, if you're just being the fool in reverse and you're just trying to have a good time, you may meet a Virgo at a party and really hit it off with that person. And it's just going to be about the fun. It's just about the connection. It's not really going to be anything too deep, okay? And in the future position, it looks like you're not really going to push forward with this person because, like I said, you've come out of a past situation where you dealt with, you know, feeling insecure and you're not ready to be in a situation that's going to put you back to feeling that way. All right, Cancer, so that has been your July relationship reading. Guys, let me know in the comments what's going on with your situation. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can either ask in the comments or you can email me. If you'd like to personalize your reading, to what's going on in your life specifically, because some of this stuff, like I said, it's a general reading, so some parts may touch you, some parts may not, some parts may have nothing to do with you at all. So don't try to incorporate everything into your situation. But if you'd like a more personalized reading, then you can contact me. Like I said, my information is below, and there's also a little eye icon that pops up that'll give you information on how to get to my website. All right, so from here, I'm just going to go into the extended reading where I'm going to pull more cards from the deck, the Tarot of Sexual Magic deck, and I'm gonna pull 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more cards just to see, to see if I can get some more insight. This is a complete reading. A lot of people feel like it's not complete if I could pull more cards, but you can pull cards forever. So I just pull another set of cards for those who want a little bit more insight, and you can purchase those extended readings on my website also. All right, guys, so like I said before, Cancers, please try to enjoy your birthday. Please let the sun shine a light on whatever's going on. But, let me know, guys, and I'll see you at the next reading. Bye.